Hi everyone, I'm World from Mind. This is my first video on this channel. In this channel, I want to talk about topics I'm very interested in, such as energy, climate, and geography, and many more. Today, I will talk about bioenergy and why deforestation could create a greener world for all of us. First of all, we need to distinguish two terms, biomass and bioenergy. Biomass is an organic and renewable substance. It is generally produced by photosynthesis or animals. The most used biomass substance is wood, because it is the easiest to get and the cheapest to manufacture. It is also possible to get it in larger quantities than any other substance. Bioenergy, however, is a process of burning biomass and releasing energy that's stored in the carbon. What you see here is a simple example of a biomass plant. The first part is the grinder, where we deposit full logs and make them into small pieces like pellets. The second part here of this plant is a burning chamber, and where we burn the pellets to create a steam. This steam gets a high pressure and wants to push outside, since the pressure inside of the barrel is higher than the atmospheric pressure. The only way this pressure can be released is through the turbine. This turbine is connected to a generator and is spinning around. This motion can be used to generate a current. So this was a small and very rough explanation how we generate electricity by wood. So please take it with a pinch of salt. I think it's also very interesting if you take a look into the history of the kinds of bioenergy and how they got to the technology we have right now. The first form of bioenergy was fire. First recordings of fire in contact with human life is estimated to be appeared 1.5 million years ago. Fires were of course happening all over the world way before that, which are approximate to be appeared around 345 million years ago due to higher oxygen levels and forest fires. This fire could be used by humans for cooking, protecting themselves against dangerous animals, and even today to keep ourselves warm. Recordings of vegetable oil are dated back until 400,000 before Christ. It was even invented before humans could even write. This was used for candles and such. Ethanol, however, a variant of vegetable oil, is invented at the year 1100 after Christ and was implanted way more than vegetable oil because it was easier to make and it was way cheaper. This is made by fermentation of plants, the same way how we make alcohol. To this day, we still use ethanol in different kinds of fuel such as diesel, in which countries label B10, that stands for biodiesel 10%. The term biomass, however, was invented in 1970 for substances which are carbon neutral. This is of course a very broad term. Now to the fun stuff. There are a few pros and cons of using bioenergy. Bioenergy is neither green nor not green. More explanation follows about this. As you see, the price is higher than other renewable sources, but it is cheaper than oil. One of the huge advantages this green energy system has is that it can work 24/7, unlike solar and wind, where they don't work in various weather conditions. That's why the biggest reason why bioenergy can break through is because it's a reliable energy source. It does need, however, a lot of space, since we need to plant so many trees that take up huge amount of space. Now, of course, comes the million-dollar question. Is bioenergy green? I know you wanted a straightforward answer, but it kind of depends. First of all, biomass, like wood, needs a huge amount of space as discussed before. We need big fields of forest that act as a fuel for our bioenergy plant. This area will create lots of wildlife and other habitats that could be destroyed later after 10 to 20 years. So basically we design a home for many animals, but only to demolish them later. Our second point is that, yeah, bioenergy is green, but only and only if we exactly plant back the trees we cut down. For every tree that we cut down, we have to plant one back. And we need to be certain that every tree we plant back will survive. Because for example, if you cut down 10 trees and only 8 of the 10 survive, that means that the bioenergy plant is only 80% green. This also could make bioenergy not being sustainable unless we make sure every single tree survives. So in short, we need a circle. Plant a tree, let it grow, and absorb CO2. Cut it down for the energy, burn it, release the exact same CO2 that it absorbed before, and plant another tree, and so on. Personally, I think that bioenergy is a super good solution, but it shouldn't be the main solution. If you apply it on a huge scale, it will do way more harm than good. It's not only the CO2, but also fine dust that goes into the air during burning processes. Millions of animals will die if we destroy their homes out of nowhere, and the space we use is so valuable we can use it for solar and wind parks. Only way I think we could apply bioenergy is as a steady energy source during the times we really need energy. Also, plant waste is being dropped into huge piles only to decompose and release CO2 naturally. We could use this plant waste, suck the energy out of it, and let it release the CO2 it would have been released anyways. As the main energy plant, I would still opt for nuclear power. The reason I say nuclear power is because some countries don't have the possibility to use geothermal power like Iceland, or hydropower like Norway. Also, some countries are so small like Luxembourg that installing wind, solar, or biomass to meet electricity needs is impossible. Nuclear power is safe, small, cheap, and very efficient. If you guys would want, I could always make a detailed video about nuclear energy later. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, which would help me out so much. Subscribe if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, and leave a comment on how I could improve my videos or any recommendations on what to discuss next. Totally unrelated to this video, while you search your next video, have a look at this super cool tiny elephants. Have a good day.